Hello, my name is SBeeGT and welcome to today's video. I wanted to talk about something that I wasn't expecting to cover so soon, given that this is my third video on the channel, but it has come to a point where it becomes really hard to create any type of content on a game such as Forza, let alone having fun and enjoy it. This video will voice my opinion and the opinion of many other content creators out there, to which I relate a lot in a bad way. Let's go back to October 10th, 2023. The game launched and I was hyped for a new Motorsport game. 100 and something gigabytes later, I finally get to open the game, only to crash several times while trying to even get past the shader cache buildup. So all I needed to do is brute force my way into the game, which is ridiculous. But setting that to the side, I finally managed to hop into the game and try the career a bit, to get the feel for the game and use my G923 Logitech wheel that I much like even for a starting sim wheel. But I got immediately disappointed when there were no motorsport cars present in the career mode of a game with motorsports in the name. All the cars were street legal and all of it felt like a big advertisement to the brands, as if I'm going to my closest car dealership to buy a Supra, because I managed not to crash after the first turn or something. Anyway, I rapidly got tired of the campaign since it was a lot of repetition with just different tracks. But it was first then when I joined an online lobby that I realized the disparity of what is using a keyboard and mouse, controller, and the wheel. For what seems to be the main rival of Gran Turismo, Forza Motorsport was developed to feel awesome on a controller, and that is fine. The game should have a more serious tone into it, since they even removed ranked in Forza Horizon 5 and said to the player that if you wanted a challenge and competitiveness, you should play Motorsport. But then they don't even offer a good experience with the wheel. But I digress. There are a lot of settings for the wheel users, which, let me tell you, it's really a lot. You can change a lot of settings among sensitivity, how much the wheel responds to you and feedback, but that doesn't really matter because Lil Jimmy can put up laps 3, 4, 5 seconds faster than you, even using keyboard and mouse, let alone a controller. Even on the GT3 spec series, the cars lose control at the minimum of inputs with no chance of recovering it. I have to play with traction control and ABS on all the time, and even then I feel like I'm being really slow compared to other players. And this is just a limitation because I'm using the wheel. It really feels like that. And the cars, like I said, they lose control at the minimum of input, sending the car into an endless spin that cannot recover from, and the only thing that catches me is another player that I unfortunately sent to the Shadow Realm due to the limited game physics, or the next wall, or the next barrier on the grass or sand. And I accept the fact that maybe my wheel is too much budget to even get a proper realistic feeling, but I found some peace when others express the same feeling. No matter how much you crank those options or how much you tune your wheel, if you're going to crash, you're going to crash. So, sad and disappointed, I set the game to the side and just waited for updates. My love for sim racing got bigger and bigger, and I have Super GT and Rory Alexander to thank for that, to the point where I mustered the courage to try ACC and immediately became a fan of it. And this is also why I started this YouTube channel, in a sort of way to merge two dreams: content creation and sim racing. So let's fast forward to the last week. I installed Forza again after hearing about the new patch that adds the radar, and I think, wow, this is a step in the right direction. So I mustered the courage to open the game, I open OBS and start recording my first video. and everything was great. That first video, the first video on the channel, was really cool. I think it was definitely a fluke, because all the races after that it went downhill. But I even mentioned on that first video that it felt like the game felt good, but it kind of, I was worried about it being placebo effect or something like that. Um, like I said also on that video, I did not follow other patches to the game, so I thought that this new patch that adds the radar would bring something new, something decent, would finally fix maybe the penalty system or something like that, but no, not at all. So when I came back this last week to the game, one of three things usually happen. So the game crashes on launch, same as back to October. I For the first 2-3 days I could not open the game at all due to the fact that it would crash on startup. I searched many Reddit posts and forums and even official Forza forums. Nothing, there was not a single fix that would work for me. So all I had to do is open and close, open and close, open and close the game until it finally got to the main menu because of the stupid shader cache buildup. Second thing that would happen a lot, and still does happen a lot, like the race that is going on screen right now, the game just disconnects me mid-race. Like, out of 10 races, this happens to me in 6 or 7, and I know I have a good internet, so I'm not a problem here. And the third thing that usually happens is matchmaking. And I'll just leave my ratings on screen so you can see how stupid this is. The matchmaking is so bad that you get sent to the Shadow Realm and the race is ruined. Like almost every single time. Whether you qualify or not, sooner or later, whether it's on the first lap, on the fourth or the fifth, you will get sent to the Shadow Realm. There's no way around it. It just feels like a big battle royale on a racetrack. And yeah, this is really dumb. The number of times I'm on the inside of a corner and people just keep turning as if I'm not there, and sadly that's just the tip of the iceberg. So with all of this said, when one race goes well and everything seems decent, another 10 go wrong and it's impossible to have fun. I think that going forward I will set aside the game again and just play RCC or something else. As if I have to pretend to have fun on a messy game like Forza, then there's no point playing it. And there is a lot I didn't cover as well. So, like, not being able to change traction control, ABS or brake bias mid-race, you have to pause the game, go to the settings, find the setting that you want to change it, save it, and then rush to come back to the race. And while you do that, you already lost 5, 6, 7 seconds, and it's really stupid. Too many menus to navigate, and it's extremely slow. Loading black screens of death. Sometimes I try to join a lobby or even try to join the practice, I get into a black screen. So as it's loading, it's normal, but then it doesn't stop, and then I have to wait until the practice ends, and it sends me to the race as it starts. So I get stuck there for some reason. Sometimes I just alt F4 and leave the game, and then yeah, it's awful. And not to mention the penalty system. We all know how the penalty system works. It's really unfair sometimes, really unfair. So what happens next? My subscription to Xbox Game Pass is coming to an end anyway, so I might as well not subscribe again and just move on to ACC. I would like to come back to Forza. It has kind of a special place in my heart. As I come from Forza Horizon 4 and 5, and I really enjoyed those games, and I'd like to come back to this Forza. But as it stands right now, the game really is in a bad state, so it's not for me. So I'll just move on to ACC. Maybe I'll like it so much that I won't even come back. I don't know, we'll see. But this could be a fun challenge, since there is a lot I need to learn. Because even though I like sim racing, even though I know the rules, putting them into practice is a challenge for me still. So this is a nice opportunity to practice and learn and just enjoy some races with you, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you manage this far into the video, I want to thank you for watching it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, smile and be happy. SBeeGT out.